Hey, what's going on, everybody? Coming back to you with another full video on how I made Rumi's outfit from K-Pop Demon Hunters. You probably saw my previous long video that I made her sword and even put some lights in it. And so here I'm going to show you how I put together her costume. So let's start out with some of the details and accessories that were on this costume. I kind of was running low on time because this was a Halloween costume, but this was a really important part that we wanted to do. We wanted to do the armor piece, and I started to 3D model it, and it was taking too much time, so I bought an STL, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I didn't do a lot as far as the post-processing goes on this print. I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit, primed and painted. However, I did go ahead and 3D model and print some of the little details that are throughout the costume. As you can see here, I was doing a real simple model for the zipper pull on the shirt. And if you're interested in this or some of the other ones, I'm going to post links to them in the description below. They aren't the greatest things of all time. I'm still kind of new to modeling, but I think they all turned out really nice and look good, and I have them up on a 3D site for free, so if you want to grab them, just feel free to get them. For little details like this, I was trying to spend a little bit of extra time doing wet sanding. I know I could have spent a little bit more, but I wanted them to actually look kind of close to gold. Now I'm starting in trying to make the belt buckles. I'll show you in a second, but I originally tried to make this out of foam like I did with some of the other materials like the belt. But I just was messing up the calculations, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and 3D print it. And you'll see in a second what I do with the 3D print, but I cut the rest out of foam as far as the bands and belts and different things. And I also used this nice contact cement, and I will post a link to what I used in the description below. But it was my first time using it, and which kind of made me slightly intimidated, but in the end it was really nice. I saw a lot of people use this for different cosplay, even to make something look like a hard metal armor. But what we were going for is this sort of nice gold finish. So I got a stretchy gold cloth and just used the cement, and it's kind of nice, like you just kind of leave it for, you know, maybe you paint it on, you leave it for upward of about 10 minutes, then you come back and you attach what you got to do, and it was pretty nice. So here you can see I had cut out and stenciled the belt chain links that were going to go in the front, and in the end I just was not satisfied with it. So plus I wanted something more rigid, as you can see here, which worked out with the 3D print. I just kind of did a lazy man's job here and cut out little bits instead of kind of gluing it all 100% around the piece. But once I started to loop through the belt, you couldn't see any of those problems. And then I just attached him with Velcro, easy peasy. And when it came time to attaching some of these accessories, you'll see here and in other parts of the video, I just decided to use hot glue. At first I thought that was kind of a little bit of a bad way to attach things, because I just didn't know how certain materials would or wouldn't attach to each other with just hot glue, but honestly it was the game changer. It was the catch-all for all this kind of thing. The next detail that I worked on I call the chevron. Now you saw me go ahead and already make the belt, and I attached the fabric to it. Well, I made another strap that was going to go around the shoulder parts of the jacket, and then these sort of little chevrons would slide up over the strap. And instead of making them out of foam, because I had already made the belt loops, I decided to go ahead and 3D model and print this. Now I know probably the best way would have been to make them out of foam, fully wrap them in the fabric and all that, but I was in that 11th hour and I just wanted to kind of knock them out this way. And really I like the end result here. Take a look. Beads is the title of the next section. So the next thing that I made for this was what I call the keychain part of her accessories. It attaches to the belt and it sort of looks like a little piece like this, and then it has a keychain bit on the top, which is why I called it the keychain, and then it has some little beads hanging down, and then I also printed some pointy beads that you'll see towards the end of this part. Then basically my plan for doing the rest of this sort of keychain was to approach it like I was making wire jewelry. When you do that, there's all sorts of different types of wire jewelry, but I was just going to make a single piece of wire with a series of beads on it, so it was really basic and really simple. I would loop through the chain at the top on the holder. I would make sure it was nice and tight and snug, measure it just approximately however I want it to be, cut it off, and then I would start looping through the beads in the sort of rough order that I thought kind of looked like what you can see in the movie. And then at the end of each strand I would close it off, essentially kind of almost like making a knot type thing so that they couldn't come off, and it was pretty solid and permanent. Then as you can see, hot glue came in to save the day again. And I glued the little 3D sort of spike balls that I call them, that I made. Just a real simple shape, real quick print, and it looked good, and I thought it was working good, but the long story short was that those little nubs didn't make it through the end of trick-or-treating. I don't know what it was. It's not like she was actually fighting demons or doing gymnastics or something, but they were all off by the end of the night, and that's okay. So now let's go ahead and dive into the jacket. I'm not going to do a lot of talking over these clips because essentially I did not have tons and tons of time. I think I was working on this all the way down to the last week, where I think once I was on this step, I think I had a few days left till Halloween itself, so it was crunch time for sure. And in a perfect world I would have sewn in all these details, and as you can see I decided to go with this fabric glue that you can see here. I won't try to pronounce the name of it, the brand name, but I will throw a link into the description if you want to see what I did, what I used. This thing honestly was magic. I've used different fabric glues in the past, and sometimes they don't set up very well or very quickly or whatever, but this one I had all positive experiences with it, no negative commentary. It was great. So basically, as you can see here, I just glued the heck out of everything. And the one problem that I had was that this coat wasn't 100% all sequins. It was sort of velvet with sequins on it. So once you stick the nozzle of the glue in the velvet, it gets globbed up real quick. And so I had to clean the nozzle of the glue quite a bit, and which wasn't a big deal. It all dries clear anyways. But like I said, I'm gonna back off so you can kind of just see that mostly that's what I did to add on all of these details. I even did that shoulder patch there with a bit of this glue, a bit of the contact glue as well. And really the name of the game for me with this costume was glue. I don't know what I would have done without all these different nice adhesives that we have today. So now we're starting into the part of the jacket where I had to attach the chains. I didn't really have a great plan until, honestly, I literally started to get into it, but I figured, you know what, I just used some of this jewelry wire, why not just loop that through and essentially twist it and then cut off all the excess so it has just a tiny knot. And it ended up working great in order to attach the chains to the cloth. The jacket was thick enough and the wire wasn't poking through or anything like that, so it wasn't of any discomfort. There was no bleeding involved, which is always good. So that's what I did. I planned out the little points where I wanted the wire to stick through and loop through the chains. And as you can see, it ended up being pretty cake. Now, the one commentary I will say that I ended up having to use quite a bit over the whole entire outfit was I ended up making little sacrifices, little cuts. It's not a one-to-one of the actual costume. You know, it doesn't have every single detail. It doesn't have every single chain, as for instance. The two main factors is that this is for a kid, which is of course smaller than an adult. If you look at her costume, it has tons of different little things on it that if I were to put on a child, it would make it a very dense costume cosplay. So we had to cut some of the little details here and there, like some of the chains. Here I decided handy dandy hot glue again. I wanted those to stay up on the top of the shoulder without adding more attachments, and it worked out fine. So here we're hopping into some of the detail work on the shirt. I again had a basic idea of what I wanted to do here. I ran out of time, or else I would have tried to actually properly sew in this zipper, but we were on at the 11th hour, and I wanted to have the zipper and the zipper pull and sort of the golden collar that she has on her white shirt. And what I ended up doing is, as you can see, just cut the excess off the zipper, glued it to the shirt, and by the time it was dried and she wore it, I mean, it looked like it was a real zipper. So here's an example of an unused piece for the outfit. If you look at Rumi's shorts, not only is there a black bit on it, but also these little golden details of flowers. I modeled these and printed them and painted them, but they ended up just not fitting, again, because of her size. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the finished cosplay. Well, hey, that's the end of our video today. Thank you guys so much for checking this out, for seeing all my little tips and tricks along the way with this costume. Make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe and that like button, and stay tuned for the next build. Okay, bye-bye!